Hello everyone! You probably would like to have some amazing superpowers like the characters of blockbusters like X-Men or Avengers, right? However, human beings don't really have superhuman strength or the ability to control lightning, yet other animals might get a place on the next X-Men team. You don't believe us? Well, in today's video, we're going to show you 10 animals that have superpowers. Let's get it on. Jesus bugs. The ability to walk on water is fantastic, right? Well, the most common water striders are perfectly able to do this, and even the Flash would envy them. The body and legs of these small insects are covered with hydrophobic microhairs, which allow them to slide on the water like it was ice. That's right, they don't swim or jump, they literally glide on the water surface at a decent speed, hunting for smaller insects that don't have any superpowers. Two pairs of widely spread legs allow these water skaters to balance on the water, and the other two legs are used for speed control, capturing and eating the prey. Honestly, we don't know exactly how these insects got their skills, but maybe some lightning had something to do with it. Mimic octopus. Remember the Blue Beauty Mystic from the X-Men, played by talented actress Jennifer Lawrence? It seems that we found her distant brother in the marine world. This octopus, called the Mimic Octopus, is certainly not that cute and doesn't have blue skin, yellow eyes, or a relation with Magneto. However, it can merge with the terrain like his colleagues, climb into all sorts of tiny holes, and literally imitate the appearance and behavior of other marine forms of life, including stingrays, crabs, sea snakes, jellyfish, and perhaps Colonel William Stryker. The octopus changes its appearance depending on which particular predator is around, thus avoiding any attack. According to scientists, it has more than 15 disguises, but that's certainly not the limit of their ability. Apart from that, it's the most common marine creature found in the tropical seas of Southeast Asia. Flying squirrel. This small, cute animal lives practically all over Eurasia and stands out not only for its charming muzzle and fluffy fur. This squirrel, like other kinds of squirrels, prefers to spend most of its life in a tree, but it descends to the ground much less often than others do, all because of the special structure of its body, and not because it's embarrassed of itself or afraid that other forest residents will tease its weird body. In the course of evolution, these squirrels have grown a leather membrane between the front and back legs that allows them to float from tree to tree. Yes, it's really a flying squirrel, we're not joking. This small animal, which measures less than 8 inches, can easily fly for up to 200 feet. In order to perform this trick, the flying squirrel needs to get on a high tree, push off, straighten its paws, and although it still can't match Superman with its incredible abilities and cool red cloak, it can quite claim the role of a cute woody Batman, since it already has the pointy ears. So do not be surprised if during a walk in the woods this cute rodent suddenly leaps onto your shoulder and asks you about a detonator. Frog. If you heard that frogs can be subjected to prolonged freezing and then thaw unharmed but didn't believe it, you're wrong. Because they really can do this. For example, tree frogs in Alaska hibernate right on the ground, arranging a place for hibernation from fallen leaves beforehand. Nevertheless, that doesn't help them to keep warm because during their winter nap, the temperature of the frog can drop to -20 degrees centigrade and stay at this level for up to 6 months. However, once the temperature rises, the frogs don't die and don't turn into tasty popsicles for bears. On the contrary, they wake up fresh and rested in the spring. And it's not because of some super soldier's serum. Today, scientists know that the cells of a living organism exposed to prolonged freezing gradually dry up and die. But well, it seems that the frogs are also aware of this, and so they learn to wrap every cell with a layer of glucose, slowing down the drying process. In the scientific world, this process is known as cryoprotection, probably because frogs sugaring doesn't sound very professional. Electric eel. Despite its name, an electric eel is not an eel at all, but a fish, a distant relative of the catfish. Well, something like a second cousin's nephew or a great uncle. The length of the body of the electric eel can reach 10 feet, and a set of special organs located on the sides of the animal occupies 4/5 of its body and are capable of generating a discharge with a voltage of up to 1300 volts. It's like a floating power station. Also, the eel itself is well aware of whom, why, and when it electrocutes, and uses its abilities not only for protection, but also to stun its potential dinner. Despite the fact that most of the diet of this marine creature is fish, the electric shock of an adult eel can knock down even a horse. That's why the electric eel represents a serious danger to human life and health, and it's rather difficult to study them, especially since the fish themselves don't particularly want to be studied and are not friendly at all. Maybe scientists should ask Spider-Man for help. He already knows how to handle electrical stuff. Peregrine falcon. Have you ever wondered how the super-fast mutant Quicksilver would look if he could fly? Yeah, we know it would be strange. However, we have a live example. This is the peregrine falcon, a predatory bird of the falcon family, which is considered not only the fastest among birds, but it's the absolute champion of speed on our planet. Forget about cheetahs or Usain Bolt. According to experts, when diving, this bird is able to develop a speed of over 200 miles per hour, which is about 300 feet per second. Most often, this falcon hunts medium-sized birds, for example ducks, pigeons, and starlings, less often small mammals, and we must admit we're very happy that humans are not in its diet. Just imagine these lightning birds landing on your head. But the main difference between the peregrine falcon and Quicksilver is, of course, its silence. Well, and the lack of kleptomania, of course. Gecko. Every superhero must know how to climb walls. Look, even the Incredible Hulk can do it. It seems that this is what Mother Nature intended when it created the gecko, a small lizard that can hold onto an absolutely smooth glass surface. This is possible thanks to thousands of microhairs on the gecko's legs. They interact with other surfaces at a molecular level, providing a strong grip. Yes, no Tony Stark costume and no mutant spider bites. The gecko possesses the abilities of Peter Parker from birth, and successfully uses them on its life. It doesn't fight criminals though, but these lizards are able to crawl wherever they want and seem to be quite happy about it. Mantis shrimp. In the Ant-Man movie, Scott Lang needed a special suit to increase his strength while remaining very, very small, but the mantis shrimp does a great job while naked. The size of this water inhabitant doesn't exceed 6 inches, but its claw strike is pretty strong, and it will easily break even 2.5 inches of thick glass. Besides, they have a visual system that can distinguish objects under ultraviolet and infrared radiation. In general, it's better not to get in touch with them. Perhaps if the mantis shrimp were to land, they could find a common language with the ants, Hank Pym or the Avengers, well, or at least get a visit to the Brazilian carnival. Look, it seems like they're all ready for it. Snapping shrimp. In all the stories about superheroes, there are characters whose strength is so great that it even frightens you a little. For example, Jean Grey as Phoenix, or the Scarlet Witch with her ability to change reality at her discretion. So it seems there's also a creature in the world that, frankly speaking, doesn't look threatening at all, but possesses the powers of Havoc and the Human Torch at the same time. The snapping shrimp, also known as the shrimp pistol, differs from other crustaceans in that it hits its victims with a shockwave created by the rapid cuts of its claws. The click is so strong that a sharp and very bright flash of light arises, and the temperature of the water jet can reach 4,726 degrees C. The jet accelerates to 68 miles per hour and is able not only to stun fish but to smash a glass jar. However, don't think that this clicker can be disarmed by simply cutting off its dangerous claw. Like the bionic hand of the Winter Soldier, unlike Bucky Barnes, this shrimp will easily grow it again, and again it will terrify the marine inhabitants. Axolotl. We think no one will argue that this creature is the cutest in our list today. Oh, just look at its charming smile. In fact, the axolotl is not an independent animal, but the larva of the mole salamander. But that's not relevant when it starts fidgeting its small, funny paws. And these pink fluffy tails around the head, well, they're just heartbreakingly cute. Anyhow, we got distracted. And actually, the external cuteness conceals really cool abilities. Do you think it can fall into a long-term hibernation, or for example, control small fish? Or can it magnetize random objects? No, in fact, this sweet creature has an amazingly powerful regeneration. Of course, regeneration itself is not something rare in the animal world, but the axolotl literally breaks all records, because it can grow any limbs and internal organs in just a month. Somehow it reminds us of someone. In addition, if necessary, this funny creature can restore even a damaged area of the brain. Basically, it's a real superhero. I wonder if axolotls like chimichanga too. What do you think? If you haven't checked Jelly Gummy Bear's channel yet, you should do it right away. You'll certainly like all the funny experiments with the jelly bear, cool life hacks, awesome homemade stuff, and exciting adventures that are waiting for you on the channel.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.